In many episodes of My 600-Pound Life, the situations went out of control, with the patients hitting their lowest point during their weight loss journey. From the beginning, where patients desperately wanted to get rid of the fat, to midway through the journey when things started getting worse, we have for you in today's video patients who went beyond just out of hand in My 600-Pound Life. So, let's roll. James King.
The second I open my eyes, I'm just in so much pain.
There are two kinds of patients on the show. One who genuinely wants help to change their lifestyle, and those who are just there for the spotlight. The latter is the type in which James King falls into. When he first appeared on the 5th season, he weighed 791 pounds. Certainly not the heaviest man on the show, but then how come he's so famous? James was bedridden due to his excessive weight and debilitating cellulitis, like nearly every other patient that appeared on the show. But the thing that made him distinct was his attitude towards his health.
James, we're not here to argue.
The problem
with you.
is, here's
James,
the problem.
Look.
You want to blame it all on the food.
He had no wish or desire to help himself. In fact, he made his family work for him like some servants. James even made his daughter quit her school just so she could remain at home and take care of him. The King's father also had to take care of the refinancing bills of James' house. He even arranged for the transport finances so that he could go to Dr. Now's place in Houston. His manipulation didn't just end there though, as he used to trick his girlfriend, Lisa, into giving her more food during his stay at the hospital. Many viewers complained about the whiny attitude of James, and that his presence really annoyed them. Moreover, he wasn't even complying with his eating plan and ignored all the advice and instructions Dr. Now used to give him. And due to all of this, he gained additional 150 pounds during the stay. Honestly, guys, if you ask me, I would add his case in the category of the worst and weirdest to ever appear on the show. Nobody in his family or James himself was ready to accept the responsibility of his action. Rather than that, they wanted Dr. Now to somehow magically fix him. Worst of all is that despite knowing his medical history, they were still feeding him to death.
James has had every chance and opportunity to lose the weight he needs to.
Penny Sager.
I'm feeling like I've just been sucker punched again. Why didn't this do what it's supposed to do when I'm doing what I'm supposed to do?
When the episode of Penny Sager was aired on the show, it was considered as the most controversial one by the viewers. The audience called her to be the most delusional patient to have ever appeared on the show. Another thing that made Penny unlikable was her attitude regarding her health. Do you know that she didn't lose any weight for a year after her gastric bypass surgery? Which is a total loss, by the way. Well, at the beginning of the journey, she weighed almost 570 pounds, and later, when her episode ended, it was revealed that she only lost 35 pounds during the whole time. There was an obvious reason behind this, as she totally ignored the doctor's advice and didn't follow her 1,200-calorie diet regimen or bother to comply with the exercise plan. All the viewers, and even Dr. Now, noticed that she really wasn't interested in changing her lifestyle and was just interested in going back to her home in Maryland. I just want to add one thing, that as much as Penny was responsible for her own condition, her husband was also the one to blame, because he kept enabling her, even though he was aware of her medical condition. He never even confronted his wife on her ridiculous demands for junk food, and because of all these reasons, Penny became one of the worst cases Dr. Now ever had to deal with.
I've given you my life and put you as my earthly God, and that's what I mean.
Stephen Asante.
You think you lost any weight?
Well,
He first appeared on the show in Season 5 with his brother, Justin Asante. Stephen weighed 734 pounds and wanted to change his life. However, he received a lot of hate from the audience because of his behavior. He was constantly seen to be cheating on the diet plan given to him by Dr. Now, and misbehaving with the hospital staff as well.
There's your promotion, you cunt! Right there!
Stephen had been abused and tortured as a child, and that is when he turned to food as a coping mechanism. He came on the show when his situation got out of hand. By staying in the hospital for 3 months, Stephen managed to lose his weight and made it to 550 pounds. he was doing great. But the whole problem started when he decided to celebrate his weight loss in a way he should not have. He wanted to order a pizza, which turned out to be an act in violation of the hospital's diet plans. Well, for not listening to the staff and not doing what he was asked for, he was kicked out of the hospital. According to fans, Steven was mentally unstable, therefore he needed therapy more than surgery, and that is why he was sent to rehab after his sleeve surgery.
I'm at the end of my rope with Steven. His addiction to painkiller is going to kill him before his overeating.
Lisa Fleming.
My life is so exhausting.
It hurts.
Featured on the 6th season of My 600-Pound Life, Lisa Fleming had a very bizarre story to share with the audience. A smooth, normal, loving childhood where she was raised as a regular child with her 5 brothers. She had a loving father, but what made this all so complicated was her relationship with her mother, who had the option of food for everything. When she wanted to show her love for Lisa, she offered her food. When she was angry at Lisa, she gave her food as a punishment. There was a time when she even tried forcing Lisa to eat a whole cake because she did not listen to her. Thankfully, Lisa's father was there to save her from his furious wife. After the divorce of her parents, she developed a fixation on eating as a way to cope with the reality, and this is when things changed and for the worse. At night, ice cream was her only friend, and she used to stash boxes of ice cream in her room so she could get them easily each night. Her mother never stopped her from eating everything, and so at the age of 11, Lisa weighed 120 pounds. And well, that was just the start. Her weight only increased after that. As things got worse with her brother's death, and after, she gave birth to a child at the age of 15. It all got worse that her daughter found maggots crawling in the folds of her skin one day.
Oh, Danielle, you just broke my skin. I felt it.
And that is when paramedics were called. But Lisa started her melodrama as she didn't want to go.
Hey, I'm ready, cause guess what I know for a fact? Hit me, Daddy, hit me!
It was later revealed that she was actually stocking ice cream there for her boyfriend. She gave them to him when he performed her sexual favors. She did manage to lose some pounds and went from 704 to 614. But well, she refused to follow Dr. Now's given diet and gained them back in a few days. And Dr. Now eventually lost his patience and kicked her out of the weight loss program and said that she was being manipulative.
Hopefully Lisa will come to a point where things will change before it's too late for her.
Pauline Potter.
I can wipe myself, but anything else after that, I need help.
Pauline Potter was another controversial and weird patient to have appeared on the show. When she first appeared on season 3, her weight was about 678 pounds. She was already very notorious even before making an appearance on the show, as Pauline registered herself in the Guinness Book of World Records as the heaviest living woman at 634 pounds. This was obviously not true, as actually the heaviest woman in the world weighed in at over 1,000 pounds. And the nonsense didn't just stop there, as while appearing on the show, she further claimed that she managed to lose her weight by having a marathon of intercourse with her husband. She further added some more unnecessary details, like her husband had rediscovered his passion for life after the whole experience. She took the decision to appear on the show after her complication just kept piling on. At the start of her journey, Pauline appeared very determined, but the audience was shocked to hear when it was revealed that instead of losing weight, she started gaining it. When Dr. Now confronted her on that, she brushed him off by blaming all the weight on water retention. Finally, as a last resort, the doctor advised Pauline to go to the hospital, but she even declined that offer by confidently saying that she can do it on her own. And Dr. Now was overreacting.
There's not much I can do for you unless you start taking responsibility for your situation.
Kirsten Perez.
I want to be a better grandma than I was a mom. And if I keep getting bigger.
In episode 4 of season 5, we are introduced to Kirsten Perez. She weighed 612 pounds, and her weight was literally making her life miserable, as she could barely live a normal life. At the start of her episode, she said that she just wants to go to sleep and not wake up, as she dreaded getting up. Her life felt like a jail, and she a prisoner of what she had done to herself, with her independence being almost non-existent as she always relied on others for every need, and all of this because of her obesity. During a meeting with Dr. Now, she revealed that she had been physically assaulted when she was 17, and that this might be the reason behind all the mess which she's created for herself. However, when the audience saw Kirsten leaving her house one day, gathering all the courage left in her and beating all of her anxieties, she tried walking out of her house. Although she got tired even before just reaching the door, she did not give up. She got in the car and was heartbroken upon realizing that she could not even fit in the front seat. Her mother tried to squeeze her in, but it did not work, and we saw her start crying there. She must be feeling embarrassed of herself, as she was barely able to do anything she wanted to.
Just shut this door.
Okay. Ready?
I know I can't.
That's all for today with Beyond Out of Hand People on my 600-pound life. Thank you for watching the video, and if you guys found it interesting, I would much appreciate it if you comment down below about the video and leave the thumbs up. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting updates related to our latest videos.